Okay, so we're on page 4 now, and I'm going to talk about the grading for this course, which is pretty transparent, I think. I try really hard to be very, very clear in this course and all my courses about how you're going to be graded. What I have a strong, strong sense of what I want you to learn, and that's what I'm going to test you on. That's what I talk about. That's what I test you on. I know students often get very frustrated with professors that test them on stuff that the professors never talked about. And they should be upset. It's awful teaching. Um, I, on the other hand, know what I want you to learn, and that's what I teach you that, and that's what I test you on. Very straightforward. So the big thing about this course that I want to stress is the quizzes in this course. And there's a quiz almost every week. I think I've scheduled 12 quizzes for this course. And the reason I have so many quizzes is I'm a firm believer that human beings don't do the work unless they're tested on it, or students, I should say, don't do the work unless they're tested on it. And so the reason I quiz you so much is that I want you to keep up with the reading and not get behind in this course. I've tried really hard to make the reading doable, where I don't overload you any one week with reading. There is quite a bit of reading in this course. You are going to learn. This is not a blow-off course. It's not a hard course, I would say, but you do have to do the work to do well in this course, which I think is a fair bargain. You know, my job or my goal is to teach you, and your goal is to make a good grade. And let's see if we can meet in the middle. So here's the point. Don't blow off quizzes. I do drop one quiz grade. Everybody can have a bad week, but just be sure to stay on top of the quizzes. The quizzes, everything's multiple choice in this course. So don't blow off quizzes, because it'll really hurt your grade. Conversely, the quizzes are usually like 10 questions, something like that. And then conversely, if you do well on the quizzes, it will really improve your grade. So the point is, quizzes are a big deal in this course. Don't blow them off. They count a third of the grade, 34%. Then there's 2 midterms in the course. You'll see, we'll go over them in the course schedule in just a bit. And they each count a third. And the second midterm is your final. There's no cumulative final in this course. Your second midterm counts as your final. So again, quizzes every week. You'll be quizzed just to make sure you keep up with the reading. And then there's 2 courses. Now, I'm sorry, 2 midterms. And the second midterm counts as your final. A couple of things, and I'll go over this later, but on the midterms, you can use an index card, like a 3x5, to help you with the material that you can't remember. I'll talk about that as we get to the midterms. There is extra credit in this course. I've had to kind of change extra credit because of COVID. But maybe COVID is easing up. Of course, it's not easing up right now, but hopefully by the time this course is over in May, we will have turned a corner on COVID. But anyway, I'll figure out how to do some extra credit, give you an extra credit opportunity, which really comes in handy for students that need that bump between a B grade and A or C or B or something like that. But I'll talk about extra credit in more detail as the course goes on. If you miss a quiz, that's your drop. That's just the easiest thing. And so, yeah, if you miss a quiz, that's your drop. And if you don't feel like taking the quiz that day, or if something comes up in your life, let me stress here, though, that if things go kind of haywire for you, which can happen. It can happen to me as well, not just you. And you start missing quizzes and getting behind in the course, don't despair. You have to reach out to me. and you have to let me know what's going on and how I can help you. If I don't know what's going on with you, you're just a name on a computer screen. And it's not that difficult for me to give you a low grade. But if you reach out to me and I go, okay, well, that person reached out to me and this is what's happening. There was an illness in their family or they were ill, or it's like, okay, I get it. And we'll work out an arrangement. So the grade is not devastated by things that come up in your life. But I just really want to stress that I can't help you if I don't know what's going on. And you don't have to look, I'm not going to, you can keep your privacy. I don't need to know the details at all. I trust you. I trust my students. I'm very fond of my students. But I just need to know that there's issues going on. And so don't worry about privacy. I'm not going to invade your privacy. I have no desire to know what's going on in the lives of 140 students, but I do need to know what issues have come up, or that, or let me put it a different way, that issues have come up for you that have caused you problems in the course, that you've missed quizzes, and we'll talk about that without me violating your privacy. Okay, so let me just end this particular podcast by stressing that if things start going haywire in your life, you need to get a hold of me, especially if it's hurting your grade in the course. Okay. The last things I'll talk about in this podcast, the history department office is, I have the information there. The undergrad advisor record for history, it's Ann Hargrove. I have that information. Also our department chair, Rhonda Gonzalez. I guess I didn't put her information there. I'll get that information to you in another announcement. But if there's issues with the course, if there's issues with me, really in particular, don't hesitate to reach out to the history department and talk to them. And I will get you that information, but you can reach out to Dr. Hardgrove. So if there's issues with me, if you're unhappy with me or unhappy with the course, you have rights as students to complain. And I would complain to Dr. Hardgrove, and she'll pass on the message to the chair. Hopefully that doesn't come up. I usually am pretty student friendly. I usually get along well with students, but you know what? Things happen every once in a while. And as students, it's important to know that you have rights. If you're having trouble with a professor in class and you think the professor is being unfair, not just this class, but any class, you have a right to complain. And so don't hesitate to use that right.